you've got an i9, an RTX 4090, DDR5 memory, but in COD, your FPS drops mid-fight, your aim feels floaty, and no YouTube tweak guide has fixed it. If you're using an ASUS motherboard with an Intel CPU, there are hidden BIOS settings that are killing your FPS and consistency, and I'll show you how to fix them right now. So first off, this guide works best for ASUS Z690 and Z790 motherboards, Intel 12th, 13th, or 14th gen CPUs, and Call of Duty players who want better frame time stability, lower input delay, and smoother aim feel. First things first, we're going to make sure that our motherboard is on the latest version of the BIOS, and in order to do that, we're going to type msinfo32 into Windows. It's going to open up system information. You're going to click baseboard product, and you're just going to copy this down. So I have an ROG Maximus Z790 Apex Encore, and this is like a top tier motherboard for Z790. You might have a similar motherboard that starts with the same letter, but just keep this in mind, and we're going to open up Google Chrome and search this motherboard up. So as you guys can see, I searched up the motherboard, and it's going to be the first link right here. This is what the motherboard looks like. All you want to do is click support on this page, click driver and tools, and then you're going to click BIOS and firmware. Make sure to click it twice if it doesn't pop up with anything, because this website is a bit buggy. All right, so as you can see, there is an update from 2025 on 5/19, and I'm on an update from 2023. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna download this update just like so. It's gonna open up right here. And in order for us to update the BIOS, we're gonna either need a USB stick where we're gonna put this file into, or we can use this method that I'm about to show you guys. So we're going to basically effectively make a fake USB with our system drive in order to pretty much just skip having to get a USB stick. So type create on your search bar. It's going to pop up with create and format hard disk partitions. We're going to click on that. Then you want to scroll down and find your drive. So for me, it's going to be the C drive right here. I'm going to right click and click shrink volume. And we just need around 99 megabytes of space. Press shrink. It's going to create this space right here. Just right click. New simple volume, next, and next. File system, this is the most important part. Just set this to FAT32. This is going to mimic a USB stick, so we don't have to get a USB stick and plug it in. So just type that, select that. Volume label, you can just label this BIOS in order to actually know which drive you're going to put the file onto. So I'm going to press next and finish. Now, if I open up File Explorer and go to this PC, you can see that we're going to have a partition labeled BIOS right here. This is where we're going to put the BIOS file for the update into. So go to Downloads, right click on your BIOS file and click Extract Files and press OK. You might get this weird error if you're using 7-zip, just ignore that. Double click this folder, highlight all of this, copy this PC, BIOS, and just paste it into here. Then that's pretty much it for preparing your PC to do a BIOS update. Now we're going to actually get into the BIOS and do the whole process of optimizing our system from the BIOS. So to access your BIOS, all you want to do is press settings, and we're going to go to system. We're going to scroll down and go to recovery. You're just going to click advanced startup and press restart now. Just press restart now. And then just give it a second. It's going to restart and put you on the advanced recovery screen. This is just an easier way to access BIOS. All right, so we're going to click troubleshoot right here, advanced options, and UEFI firmware settings right here, and then just press restart. All right, everyone. So once you're in the BIOS, we're going to go to tool on the top right. You might have to go to advanced mode if you're in easy mode. So if your screen looks like this, just go to advanced mode on the bottom right here. Go to tool, ASUS Easy Flash 3 utility, and we're going to scroll down and try to find the partition that we created. So just find one that looks like this. It's going to be 95 megabytes or just 100 megabytes. Just find it. You can look through all of them and just find the file that begins with the motherboard name, just like so. So you're going to choose it, press yes, and press yes again. And then you're going to keep pressing yes until it pretty much starts updating your BIOS. Then once it updates the BIOS, it's going to restart and update a couple more things. Then once it's done, it's going to pop up with this screenshot right here that I'm going to show you. Press F1 and continue watching this video. So once your BIOS is updated and you're back in BIOS, it's going to look like this. All you want to do is go to advanced mode. You can press F7 or just press it on the bottom right. We're going to go to extreme tweaker at the top, and AI overclock tuner. You want to always set this to XMP1. And that's all you have to do for this step. Then scroll down, Intel adaptive boost technology, disable that. ASUS multi-core enhancement. I recommend setting this to enabled remove all limits, just like so. And scroll down, go to DRAM timing control, and here's where we're gonna do a few memory tweaks that actually provide us with extra performance from our RAM without doing anything crazy. So all we're gonna do is scroll down, DRAM RAS to RAS delay, L, I recommend setting this to 12. This is a very conservative value. You can set this to 8, but 12 is gonna work for almost every RAM stick that's watching this video, and it's gonna provide you with 0 issues. The next one could always be set to 8. Then we're gonna scroll down, DRAM refresh interval. I recommend setting this to 32767. However, just wanna make something clear. If you have absolutely 0 case fans in your case for whatever reason, or you have terrible airflow in your case, I don't recommend setting this setting to anything. Just set it to auto and leave it alone. But for us people with fans in the front, on the top and the back, that means you have good airflow. Air's coming in from the front of the case and escaping through the back, or if you have a water cooler, it's escaping through the fans of the water cooler. Then scroll down, DRAM 4 act win time, you can always set this to 32. That's all you have to do for this page. Now we're gonna go back and we're gonna scroll down and go to thermal velocity boost. And thermal velocity boost is pretty much useless. This basically just helps you boost a little bit higher if your temperatures are better, but this causes a lot of problems with stability, and this is pretty much why some Intel CPUs just kind of damage themselves. So we're going to disable pretty much everything here because we don't need it. Then go back, we're going to go to Tweaker's Paradise, and we're going to disable every setting that has spread spectrum in the name, just like so. Then go back, we're going to disable ring down bin, and scroll down, we're going to disable BCLK aware adaptive voltage. That's going to be pretty much it for this page. Then we're going to go to advanced at the top, go to platform MISC configuration. You pretty much want to disable every single setting in this page. This is all just power saving features for your graphics cards and anything connected through your PCIe ports. So just disable everything in here because it's power saving options, and this is a gaming PC. Go back, go to CPU configuration and scroll down to the bottom. Intel virtualization technology. If you're playing Call of Duty, you do not need this, so disable it. For 12th generation Intel only, I recommend setting your active efficient cores to 0 and leaving hyperthreading enabled. So if you have a 12900K, 12700K, or something along those lines, just do what I just said. Leave your active efficient cores on 0 and leave hyperthreading enabled. However, if you're on 13th gen or 14th gen Intel, I recommend active efficient cores setting it to all and hyperthreading setting it to disabled. And that's going to be the best layout for 13th and 14th gen. Then we're going to go to CPU power management control at the bottom, and we're going to set boot performance mode to turbo performance. We're going to disable Intel speed step. We're going to disable Intel speed shift technology. We're going to leave turbo mode enabled, and we're going to disable CPU C states and disable thermal monitor. Then press escape twice to go back. We're going to go to system agent configuration and just disable VTD if it's already enabled. This is related to virtualization. Then go back. We're going to go to PCI subsystem settings. We're going to make sure above 4G decoding is enabled, as well as resize bar support, because this boosts FPS in Call of Duty. Then go back. We're going to scroll down to the bottom and go to onboard devices configuration. And this is pretty much where you can disable stuff that you don't use, like for example, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or USB audio. If you don't use those, you can just set these to disabled, and you will get lower latency just because there's less devices running on your PC. So for example, I don't need USB audio, I don't need USB power delivery in soft off state, and I don't need Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. Now, if you want to disable the RGB on the motherboard, when the system is in working state, you can set this to aura off. This is going to disable all the RGB on your motherboard. Then scroll down to the bottom. And if you have as media USB controllers like me, these are just extra USB controllers that you most likely aren't using. And if you are using them, just switch your USB ports around and you don't have to use them. So I recommend disabling these because you don't want extra USB controllers running on your system. It's going to add a lot of latency. So I'm going to disable both of these. I don't need them. Then we're going to go to tool at the very top. We're going to go to ASUS Armory Crate and disable this. ASUS Armory Crate is a ton of bloatware. It adds so much background polling and background processes, then that affects input timing. So we don't want this. Then what we're going to do is, if you want to save this as a profile in your BIOS, just in case for whatever reason your BIOS decides to reset itself randomly, or you have to reset your BIOS by pressing the clear CMOS button on the back, and you want to just restore the settings that you did with this video without wasting any time, go to ASUS user profile, and profile name, you can name this Zilly video, for example, and then you could just save this on whatever profile that you want. So for example, we'll save it on profile 4, and then I'll press enter and press yes. As you can see, profile 4 status now says Zilly video. So if I wanted to load this profile up in the future, I'm going to change load from profile to number 4 and press enter. It's going to tell me, do you want to load these settings? Just press yes on that. And that's pretty much it. Now we can just go to exit and click save changes and reset, and then press OK. And your PC is going to take a little bit longer to boot up this time, especially if we enabled XMP, and that's just due to RAM training. So just give it a second, be patient with it, and everything should be good to go. These tweaks don't just raise your max FPS, they improve your 1% lows, reduce your frame time spikes, and reduce your input latency. So now I'm gonna launch Call of Duty and show you guys the results in the benchmark from what I got. So as you can see, these are my settings for Call of Duty. I'm using full screen exclusive with everything on off and unlimited, with the reflex low latency on. Quality is set to pretty much minimum with my render resolution at 100%, my fidelity FX CAS at 100%, and everything else is on off or very low, just like so. So now I'm gonna run the Call of Duty benchmark and show you guys the results. So as you guys can see, I'm getting around 231 average FPS on the benchmark, and my average FPS on my CPU is around 323, and my low 5th percentile is 222. So this is without any overclocking, guys, and this is just with BIOS optimizations from this video. If you guys want even more performance out of your system, you're gonna be overclocking your system. So that's pretty much how you can get these results right now. So we've helped thousands of players fully tune their PCs, BIOS, drivers, Windows, memory, and input stack, all done live. So if you want it done right, book your session now at Zilly.net. I'm trusted by top tier players, and we have a 100% money back guarantee if it doesn't feel better. But that's going to be pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys soon.